Hey, we're here at Health in Las Vegas. I'm currently here with Nick Delmonico of Strados Labs. He's building a really cool product, really cool suite of products. So, Nick, we'd love to hear about your background and your company.
Yeah. Thank you for doing the podcast. Name's Nick Delmonico, founder and CEO of Strados Labs. What we do is we build smart sensor solutions for monitoring pulmonary patients, so we can get better outcomes and live a better life for patients with pulmonary disease.
It's really cool. And there's lots of remote monitoring tools for cardiac indications and other indications, but nothing really out there for respiratory. So, it's a really much needed product.
I was an asthma patient. I'd been to the hospital for it, and I remember being asked by my doctor, "When did all the symptoms start?
Right.
When did you start having wheezing, coughing, and shortness of breath?" And it's really a guessing game for most patients. And yet, for asthma and COPD, knowing the symptoms is key to getting the right level of treatment and medication, and then signaling whether you need help. And so it's highly subjective today. And with better objective data, I think one, it helps patients understand their symptoms better, really knowing what's happening, what's triggering their wheezing or coughing, and then also making sure that they know if their treatments are actually working or if they need to seek different options for care.
100%. We'd love to hear more about your devices as well.
Yeah, so it's called the Rest wearable device. It is a essentially a wearable stethoscope.
Right.
The idea was, let's take what doctors understand about patients when they get to see them just for those 30 seconds of listening and
Yeah.
do that all of the time where patients are in their own home. So it's an FDA cleared device. It listens to all lung sounds as well as heart sounds. It's worn on the chest. And we have data that streams to a cloud based platform, as you see here. And actually, it's really cool because what we do is we gather all the recordings, and you can see different events like a cough or a wheeze, and our algorithms then automatically detect those events and present that information back to clinical teams so they can see when these changes are occurring throughout the day and whether or not the patients are responding to therapies, and they can ask them to seek care.
That's really cool and much needed product too.
Yeah.
And you're currently using that for most clinical trial applications, right?
Yeah, so we found a lot of value from working with pharmaceutical companies. They came to us and said, we really need to measure what matters for patients. Was
Right.
part of our drug development study. So, again, patients with COPD, with asthma, with chronic coughing and pulmonary fibrosis, knowing when they're coughing and wheezing and having shortness of breath helps demonstrate whether or not therapies are working effectively. And you have that real world evidence that really matters to regulators now to make sure that the next generation of therapies are really working for patients. And so, again, we provide the sponsors with the data, the devices that help deliver better results for drug studies. And what we love about that is it gets this new technology, this new platform to be used by pulmonologists all across the world. So we're in 42 countries.
Oh,
We have done over 1,500 patients worldwide with asthma and COPD and IPF. We've done over 50 million breaths counted in the database. And so that allows us to generate novel and accurate algorithms for the early detection of worsening disease. So it's been a great opportunity for us to gather a tremendous amount of data, user experience with a new product, and now have an install base of pulmonologists who are seeing for the first time really powerful data about their patients when they're at home.
yeah, definitely. It's a really interesting product. We're looking forward to seeing the more clinical application as well down the road. But
Yes, yeah, that's our vision is be able to demonstrate the clinical evidence that supports why this should be part of standard of care for patients in asthma management and disease management at home. I mean, it's what we often hear from the pulmonologists is that this is the Holter monitor for the lungs, right? So imagine doing what cardiac has been doing for 40 years and detecting the events of arrhythmias and abnormalities that help drive disease diagnosis and treatment, and do that for pulmonary patients. And it's a huge opportunity. There's 50 million patients in the United States with asthma and COPD. There's about 15 million admissions and visits a year for this condition, and the readmission rates are extremely high. So it's a huge potential opportunity, and we're excited that we continue to do work in the space to show the outcomes related to our technology.